I need a change. You've been cold to me too many times. You're wasting money. You're a leaker. So I'm replacing you with a new Navien tankless water heater. No more cold shoulders, no more leaks. Just spa-like comfort and Navien peace of mind. And oh, I want you out today.
When you're ready for a change, ask your plumber about Navien or visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on great fall specials like glamorous diamond pendants and earrings to complete any look. Now 60% off. And get ready for cooler nights ahead with 65% off Charter Club Damask sheets and bedding. Now at Macy's. Plus, get your Macy's order faster when you pick up curbside or in store. Or try same-day delivery powered by DoorDash. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. We should have listened to him, man. We should have listened to Adam Sandler, because last year he threatened us. He said, if I do not win an Oscar for Uncut Gems, I will make a movie that's so bad, and I'll do it on purpose just to make you all pay.
I didn't know he said this, I forgot. And then once I read that, I thought of our conversation with Danny yesterday where he watched the trailer and said, this movie looks terrible. Oh, geez, and then I watched the trailer and I'm like, man, maybe this is actually his way of punishing us for not getting a nomination.
Yeah, I do slightly remember this, but I just dismissed it as a funny statement. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if I don't want an Oscar, I just figured, it's just his way of just being funny. And it turns out, no, he didn't get a nomination. And now, if you haven't seen the trailer for this new Netflix movie he's got called Hubie Halloween, a lot of people are saying he made good on that threat, that this movie looks horrible. He plays a dim-witted resident of Salem, Massachusetts, who notices that strange things are happening in the lead up to his favorite holiday, which is Halloween.
Which is already unbelievable, because isn't everybody from Massachusetts dim-witted?
Hey-oh! BJ, would you like to comment?
I've got nothing to say at this point, but if I have to hear something like that again, I promise you, the next radio show I do.
That's every radio show for us.
Well, because Adam plays the town idiot, he can't get people to believe him that weird stuff's happening in Salem close to Halloween. It hits Netflix on October 7th, and I'll let you be the judge for yourself. We have the trailer up on the BJ Migs page of KISW.com, but here's how great it sounds.
We got an unsolved mystery here. Oh. I know who did this. Not now, UB. Mayor, I suggest we cancel Halloween immediately. We ain't canceling a damn thing. Help me! Not cool.
Hello?
Help me, Larry! Help me! Help me!
That's it, huh? That's the trailer?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, except he's doing his silly Adam Sandler voice.
Does he actually speak lines, or is it just him yelling?
Yeah.
Because that's terrible.
Well,
Adam, can you make a bad movie?
You can do it!
Yeah. Thanks, Rob.
Wow.
Is Rob Schneider in this? That's
yes.
He is.
He has to be.
He better be.
Rob Schneider, Buscemi, Ray Liotta.
James.
So he's got people.
A ton of stars.
He's
in
got
this.
stars in it, and they're all doing a bad movie.
They're all his
intentionally.
friends.
What, dude? If I'm friends with Adam Sandler, let's just say like I'm a big time Hollywood guy, and I'm friends with Adam Sandler. He's like, hey, I promise that if I didn't get an Oscar nomination, I'm going to make the worst movie ever. Are you in to be in it? It's going to be on Netflix. I'd be like, yeah, man. Let me know where.
I almost want to watch it now.
Oh, I'm watching it now just because of this.
This is pretty genius.
Glad you guys are.
I mean, Netflix made him an offer.
Maya Rudolph's in it.
Shaq.
Oh, forget it. Michael Chiklis.
Oh, okay.
Kenan Thompson?
How do I not watch this movie?
Julie Bowen.
I thought that was Julie Bowen
Yep.
from Modern Family. Okay, so how do I not watch this?
It's really easy. You don't.
It's going to be amazing.
But it's probably what? It's probably 90 minutes at most, maybe even 80, you know.
I'm
Not
in
that
it.
long.
Honestly, I have zero interest in seeing this movie, but if it's potentially a movie, if it's a movie that he intentionally made to be bad, I really want to see it. Because his movies sometimes are just bad.
Okay, October
Especially
7th.
on Netflix.
All right. I love that and look, I looked at the trailer, and it looked like they put money into making it at least, you know? I mean, it looks professional.
So much as it sounds just as bad as Ridiculous 6, which I agree. Ridiculous 6 was terrible.
I didn't even watch that because everybody hated it so much.
This sounds like a dumber version of Lil Nicky, which was a dumb movie.
Dude, Lil Nicky was awesome. A talking dog.
Literally the worst Adam Sandler movie up until this point.
Up until the Netflix series.
Yes.
You sure the Ridiculous 6 doesn't beat it?
I don't believe that's a movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brev's not counting Netflix movies.
He's not counting Netflix movies. Yeah,
I
afraid
never
you have to.
I never watched Uncut Gems. It just looked boring to me. So I
was
never.
good.
It was good.
Yeah, it was
Did he
super
deserve an Oscar for it? Do you
Yes.
think he was that good in it?
His performance in Uncut Gems was like, you don't even realize that you're watching Adam Sandler at the end of it.
I thought he was awesome in that Love Reign Over Me movie that he did.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really great performance from him.
And that wasn't a happy movie. And I don't think Uncut Gems is a happy movie.
Nope.
That's the problem. It's just during COVID, I just didn't want to watch sad movies or just lots of drama and lots of pain because it just wasn't what I was feeling. So, so I can't. I don't know if I'll ever watch Uncut Gems unless I'm in the right mood. It's just one of those movies. I know it's good, but I got to be in the right mood.
Yeah, I see it on my thing, and I'm like, See, we really feeling this one.
That was Mom and my Christmas movie last year that we went to go see on Christmas Day.
Really?
Yeah. It was before COVID hit and everything like that.
You actually went to the theaters?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is
You
this
even went to
theater
the
that you
theaters.
speak of?
I know, it's
it's been so long.
It's less than a year.
Uncut Gems has got 92% from the critics. Only 52% from the users, though.
Oh, so this is a critical movie that the average person goes, yeah, I don't want to be part of this.
Because it's Adam Sandler. He's a critic's darling.
Well, it's just, hey, look, I mean, there are a lot of great performed movies that you just go, I have no interest in, and I don't like, like for Jojo Rabbit. I get that you were like, I'm sorry, Jojo Rabbit's not for me.
And it wasn't terrible. I understand why people loved it. It was just like after a while, I'm like, I'm just done with this.
Yeah,
movie.
I feel like Uncut Gems is probably the same for a lot of people. It's like, I get this is probably a really good movie, but how much of it do I need? I bet that's probably what it is for the 50% that didn't like it.
We just got sucked into the Jeffrey Epstein documentary on Netflix.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know why we did that.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go that.
I'm one episode in, I'm like, man, this guy just sounds like the worst person ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, do I need to watch any more episodes to come to that conclusion?
At least
No.
Tiger King was entertaining.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
There's the threat of a tiger eating you.
Yeah, I mean that dude, as much of a person that he is in jail, he's still more entertaining. I don't find anything entertaining at all about Jeffrey Epstein, except that just like
It's one of those documentaries where you just sit there and just your mind is blown that this even a person like this exists, that this went on for as long as it did. It's like one of those things. But
yeah, it's
I might need to watch the Halloween Adam Sandler movie to just kind of
a little sorbet.
Get back into like a better. Although now Cobra Kai's on Netflix. I think I got to make that my next thing.
Yeah. Everybody's, it's so funny to see people raving about it because it's the first time they got to watch it since they didn't have YouTube Premium.
We've only watched like the first 2 episodes, but it's so great.
Yeah, I'm not a Karate Kid fan, but I watched a couple of the episodes and I was like, look, do it again. It was after my time. Everybody was waxing on and waxing off, and I was an adult, and it just didn't really do it for me.
Karate Kid's fun. It's fun for adults too.
How old were you when you watched it?
I was a young man.
Yeah.
My dad loved that movie. Like
Your dad,
young child.
He's
actually.
like a couple years younger than you.
Your dad, also
Your
loves
dad's cool and young and hip.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. I watched the movie. I get that it was a good movie, but it didn't hit me the way it hit everybody else. Mm-hmm. That's all. And so but still, even saying that, Cobra Kai is well done, and I love the twist to it. Which is all I'm going to say. There's a great twist to it.
Well, I think everyone knows, all of a sudden, the good guy is the bad guy, and the bad guy is the good guy.
Yeah.
Which I think was just brilliant of them. Like, that's something that I think everyone would rather see. I don't want to see Daniel LaRusso still be awesome. I want to see him be a douche.
And he's actually, he really, and it makes sense. And I do love what they did with that. Yeah, so it's definitely a good watch. And if you are a fan of Karate Kid, how are you not going to love Cobra Kai?
You know what's crazy is that yesterday we were talking about Jamie Lee Curtis.
I remember her.
Danny brought up, I think, Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
And it was a remake of a movie. And I'm like, it's time for someone to remake Freaky Friday again, a remake.
Right.
And this morning, all of a sudden I look on in like the pop culture news sites, and Vince Vaughn is going to be in a remake of Freaky Friday called Freaky.
Why are people listening to you?
Or what's going on in the air, man?
I don't know, man. Why are you saying things that things are happening? Like it's being made real.
But it's not going to be a silly, cheesy Freaky Friday reboot. Like it's going to be like a horror film.
Is that what's happening? Because we have the Fresh Prince drama.
Yes.
So they're taking stuff that we
All
know.
them gritty reboots.
Yeah.
Dude,
we're gritty rebooting everything.
Vince Vaughn is a serial killer, and he switches bodies with a high school girl played by Catherine Newton from Big Little Lies. And she's got 24 hours to set things right, or the change is permanent.
Ooh.
Coming out on Friday the 13th of November.
You know what? While you're waiting, there is a great Twilight Zone episode that reminded me of from the latest season of the Twilight Zone.
Huh.
And it is about a similar situation is all I'm going to say. But it's really like even nuttier than that concept, but it's only an hour episode. It's pretty cool. I really like the idea of a bad guy that something happens to this bad guy that's very similar to Freaky Friday.
Oh, cool.
And it's on the second season of Twilight Zone. It stars Ethan Embry, I think his name is. He's the star of it if you want to do a search for it. I forget what the name of the episode's called. I think it's like close to the end of the season. It might be like episode 6 or beyond. But first of all, I love the new Twilight Zone season, but this episode is definitely a good one.
And I love Vince Vaughn, and I think Vince Vaughn plays a great creepy dude. So this should be...
You're right, he does.
He's a funny guy in some of the movies that he's in, so it's like you're combining his freakiness, like kind of his creepiness, with his comedic stuff. I think this could be a really fun movie.
I don't like horror movies, but I really want to see this.
Okay.
Yeah, how horror is it going to be? You know what I mean? Like, how scary is it going to be?
Right. I don't know.
Well, you don't like the gore horror, but as far as the suspenseful,
this is a Blumhouse movie, man. This is going to be gory.
Who's Blumhouse?
They're the production company that puts out a whole bunch of different horror movies and stuff.
Oh, so they're experts at making it gory.
So now, do I or don't I go to my wife and say, because I know she liked Freaky Friday when she was a kid.
Oh,
be like,
boy.
yo, did you hear Freaky Friday got remade?
You'll
we
ruin
should go
it.
see it.
Oh, you'll ruin
Vince
it.
Vaughn's in it.
You should do it.
And the girl from Big Little Lies. You'll
really
love it.
do this.
Blumhouse
She'll hate me.
did The Purge, Paranormal Activity, Insidious, all those.
They put out just hundreds of just
So, Vicky,
level movies.
What is your line then, as far as seeing or not seeing a horror movie?
So,
Vince Vaughn.
funny enough, Vince Vaughn. I loved Evil Dead. Like the show, the gore and stuff from Evil Dead did not bother me. I think what bothers me is when it's more a realer situation. Like I saw Hostel.
Yeah.
And I'm
Where
like,
it's almost believable.
where it's believable, yeah. When it's so out there and it's like, okay, this can't happen.
So
this is clearly not real. I could watch that a little easier.
So do you think I feel like the Vince Vaughn movie would be realistic.
I mean, but
How realistic is
can
it?
you
He's
swap
switching bodies with a 13-year-old, PJ.
We don't know science.
You know what?
That's why I'm like, okay,
There's
I can maybe watch
precedence.
this.
All the other
2020, guys. That's all I'm going to say.
There's precedent. So you're hoping
People are calling it Freaky Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Freaky Friday mixed with the hot chick.
All right. So you're gonna watch it on demand so that you can get out of it if all of a sudden it's not the movie you thought it would be.
Yep, with the lights on.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be like part comedy and part scary. I'm in for this.
Yeah.
Really? Part comedy and part scary?
Well, because the trailer has some like comedic parts in it.
Well, that's what Evil Dead was.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
reminds
dragged
me
me
of
to
a
hell.
Raimi flick or something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, could Vince Vaughn become the new that guy?
That guy.
What's his name?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How about
That'd be cool.
How about we actually knew who you were talking about?
I'd hope so. I'd be disappointed if he didn't.
By the way, that's sacrilege, but I guess he could. But there's only one Bruce Campbell. But I see what you mean. I suppose at some point someone's going to have to
Vince
take over.
Vaughn has a pretty good chin, but it doesn't compare to Bruce Campbell's.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be a funny movie. Like, the poster is of the chick shaving with, like, a knife. Like, her face, as if she was a dude.
Okay.
So I'm like, it has to be a little funny.
Listen, I'm in.
Pretty
Right
pumped to see what this is about.
after I watch Hubie Saves Halloween, or whatever the hell the name of the movie is. I'll watch that.
Maybe I'll watch Hubie first. That way, anything after that would be better.
We got a guy who actually figured out how to get free food every day of the year. The question is it unethical? You're going to hear from him at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on specials for cooler weather, like cute boots and booties starting at $27.99. And warm new coats for all, 50 to 60% off. And get cafe-style coffee at your fingertips with select Nespresso bundles for only $124.99 now at Macy's. Plus, get your Macy's order faster when you pick up curbside or in store. Or try same-day delivery powered by DoorDash. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. All right. I want to see how you guys feel about this because there's a guy on TikTok who shared his smart, but some people are saying very unethical way of getting free food.
Oh, so it's not another story about Dr. Phil asking people to stop calling him daddy on TikTok?
Jeez. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, this guy signs up. Here's what he does. He signs up for basically every restaurant's birthday reward, but he puts in a different birthday for each one.
Genius.
So every year, every day of the year, some restaurant sends him a coupon for free food. So he's got 365 places that he's done this with so that he's able to.
And then he just goes in with the email. I guess you don't have to show an ID. I mean, that would probably be a little time consuming for whoever works at the place. It's just like, here, I have the email. Okay, cool. We'll scan it or we'll type in whatever the code is.
Yeah, so let's say
this guy's a genius.
Yeah, so it's like, maybe he's got my birthday, September 1st. Maybe he just goes, you know what, I like BJ, I'm going to use his birthday. And then he walks into an Applebee's and says, hey, everybody, I got my free code right here. And they're like, oh, hey, happy birthday. And he gets, a dessert or an entree or an appetizer absolutely free. And then he'll make, on September 2nd, he'll run into Arby's and you know what? They'll be like, hey, happy birthday. Here's your Jamocha shake. He's got a spreadsheet. He even uses a spreadsheet to keep this all straight, which means he is actually putting some work and effort into this.
Okay, life hack that's also kind of terrible. Once upon a time, I made this fake email account that I still use. I get free food or dessert from a restaurant every single day. I made this fake email and I found a list of a bunch of restaurants that offered birthday freebies. So I put them all in here and I put my birthday on each website for a different day of the year. So I have 365 days of free food. Tomorrow I have a free meal from Benihana's. I really hope I'm not the only person who is crazy enough to do this. Well worth it.
Well, it kind of sounds like someone we know.
Who would do that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, for those shrimp cocktails?
Yeah, somebody would lie about that a lot at the keg.
Who on our show would be so cheap?
Who would do that?
That they would lie to a restaurant to get a free... What is it, a shrimp, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Shrimp cocktail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you're
cocktail,
completely unknown to you, but who else would it be since you're probably unfamiliar to you?
Where is it? At the keg?
Yeah. Who would do that? So is this unethical?
I mean, I don't know. The problem is that when we talked about my scam of getting the free shrimp cocktail at the keg, we had people that said that they worked at the keg or worked at places like that said, yeah, we're aware that someone's not being honest. It's just a reason to get someone to come back to the restaurant sometimes.
Exactly.
So he's going to buy other stuff. This is just something they're like, oh yeah, come on in, we'll give you a milkshake, knowing full well he's probably going to get an order of McNuggets, or not McNuggets at an Arby's, but nuggets.
Something.
Yeah.
That's 300. He is dining out. If he makes good on all this, he is dining out 365 days a year, which a human being does not do. These restaurants are excited as all hell that they got him in every day of the week. That they know, say it's your birthday anytime you want. Because what does it cost them to give you a Jamocha shake? Seriously.
Well, and honestly, at that point, too, if the restaurants are super serious about cracking down, all they have to do is ask for an ID.
Right.
Like, that's that easy. Ooh. So at that point, it's kind of on the restaurants for not doing it, or they just don't care.
Or they're going to put his face in every restaurant in the town that he lives in. I'm looking at the parts of it, like the screenshot of his spreadsheet. It's pretty funny. It's like, this day, Country Kitchen, wherever that is. Dairy Queen the next day. Del Taco, Denny's, Dippin' Dot. It looks like he does it alphabetically. To kind of have his whole thing
This guy, he's putting work into it.
The Melting Pot.
Oh, Melting Pot.
Olive Garden.
Oh, yeah, he's got legit places.
Fuddruckers, which I've never been to, but I've always wanted to.
It's amazing.
Yeah. What is Fuddruckers?
It's burgers.
I'm in.
And they do like half pound, they do full pound burgers. It's pretty much
happy birthday to us.
The best thing in your mouth.
Yeah. Happy birthday to us. I love the idea. I really do. Does anybody on this show think he's a bad guy?
No, I think he's just got a lot of time on his hands. Yeah. But he shared a story, I guess he talked to BuzzFeed about this, and he used to help people homeless, and he would like create like these packages of meals to give to people. And then when he moved to LA, he fell on some hard times, and this was kind of like part of why he did this, because he needed to figure out how to get a meal every day.
Oh, that's pretty ingenious. Yeah, I don't know. If that's all he's getting, if he's just walking in, getting his free thing, and then he doesn't get anything else, then I'm like, well, I don't know about that. But if he's getting anything else, then the restaurant wins.
Personally, I will go to a place where they're like, hey, we'll hook you up with a free sampler or cheese sticks or something like that. But of course, I'm not just going to go to him and like, give me the cheese sticks. I'm going to get something else.
Yeah, then normally you would. But if he was hard on his times, it's hard to know but maybe he had enough to get something else. But I don't have a problem with this at all. I think you would love him, especially when you watch Shark Tank once and you realize markup is insane. It really, really is. So I feel like everybody's happy.
Someone said he's not a genius, he's an a-hole. Many restaurants do check your ID also, though, by the way. Yeah, he's screwed if they check his ID, unless he's got a fake ID for every day of the week, or of the year.
He went through a spreadsheet, I would not do this. I envy the guy. I would do this 100%. But the thing is that I wouldn't.
You got to put work into it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
It's a lot of energy.
It would be something that would come up on January 1st. I'm going to do this, and it'd be done by January.
See, I think that texter's like me. The texter's a rules lawyer, dude. Yeah. You gotta break away from rules once in a while. No one's getting hurt by this. The restaurants are happy if he comes in and buys anything besides getting the free thing. That's exactly what they want.
Plus, sometimes part of the reason why they want to get people on their email distribution list, and the way they do that is, hey, sign up for our email distribution list, and if it's your birthday, we'll hook you up with something.
See, Steve, we've had this argument before where I've walked into a place and said, look, I forgot my coupon, but I remembered the coupon. That's why I came here. I came here specifically because your coupon got me in the door, and to not be given credit, because other stores will do that. They'll go, oh, yeah, we got the coupon right here. We'll just scan it. When I walked into that one store and they were like, sorry, you don't have the coupon, you're not getting it. And I'm like, you realize I'm never coming back here again. This is you are the line of defense for the marketing department that works so hard to get me to do exactly what they wanted me to do, and that is come into your store, and you're ruining that.
And then the next day when you went back, you were like, I'm never coming back again, I promise.
Dude, I have not gone back.
You've never gone back?
I would love to. If I wasn't in the radio business and realized that, you know what, I've got to be careful and not say bad things about anybody, I would be all over social media identifying this a-hole company that I, to this day, have not gone back to.
But your anger is towards the one person that was just being like the rules lawyer.
He should have been told by management not to be an idiot. I blame the manager, not the kid. I blame the manager, because marketing works so hard to get people to come in the door, and so often the manager and the people at the store ruin it. And I used to work in retail, and boy, I would educate when I was in charge.
I didn't know you used to work in retail. You never told us that.
Yeah. Well, at least I talked from credibility. That was the one thing we'd educate everybody. You know what? Be cool. Listen, they're coming in the door. Do not chase them away for something stupid like a coupon that we printed for them to come in the door in the first place. And that's that to me. And in retail, I think that's the dumbest thing you could do, which is why I won't go back to that place ever. I feel like
What's it going to take to get you back there? What if they offered you like a free pillow or something?
There's one company that I have to do business with,
place, and they're offering you a free pillow. Come back to Johnny's Burger Shack.
Let me just tell you. Granted, I'm this guy.
You are this guy.
I just paid for a premium service yesterday that gets me a lot of cool stuff that I like.
YouPorn.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I said it was an unnamed premium service, Steve.
My bad.
Yeah. But this premium service, I normally would have gone with another company that I was a loyal guy to.
Pornhub.
Yes. But because they were douches over a very similar situation, I'm like, you have lost my business. It's just like, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to exercise my right as a person to choose, because of the stupidity involved by management, who don't understand how hard it is to be in marketing. And every business, really, I think you'd find marketers really...
Just slide into their DMs and tell them what's up.
Dude, I've had, you laugh at me, but I had an hour-long conversation with a guy in marketing for a particular company.
Really?
I finally got him on the phone. I said, I need to speak to anybody that's anybody.
I bet he took the rest of that day off.
You know what? When you beat a guy down where he goes, and then
I'm exhausted.
And he starts telling you what he hates about the company, you know you've won. Especially when it's a big name company.
What did you win?
Well, I won the fact that the guy's like, you're right. I have idiot management that work. I mean, when the guy starts dissing, like, you don't believe, and
then Sarah in accounting, forget about it.
Yeah, at least you go, all right, dude. Because when you get your own people, which are the marketing people, you will realize their big struggle is with moron managers, especially middle managers that don't understand the importance of customer service. And boy, that's a marketing nightmare for anyone.
So he could have potentially went home after a day at work, and his wife's like, how was your day? He's like, I quit my job. And she's like, well, why? He's like, I had this conversation with this man named DJ.
That's right.
Made me realize I hate everyone here.
He did. You know what? I saved his life. He's now probably working for a better company, or maybe not working at all.
So it said Fuddruckers is going out of business.
No!
Yeah, I'm looking into it.
I'm looking into it. This is the first thing Danny's done for the show. He's looking into Fuddruckers.
Danny V, the news hound when it comes to Fuddruckers.
I mean, hamburgers are important. So it's saying I can't.
Where can we get our hamburgers if we can't go to Fuddruckers? Like, there's no other place to go, right?
They say they're the world's greatest hamburgers in their catchphrase. Like, how do you go out of business if you're the world's greatest hamburger?
I think somebody's lying.
You know
what?
No, the
management.
Google search says, why are all the Fuddruckers closing?
Because of management.
They've had a drop in foot traffic.
They've stopped people from going in with their birthdays and getting free stuff.
Well, they're owned by Lubies. Maybe people just don't want to go to a place that's owned by a place called Luby.
Lubies was actually really good.
What is Luby?
Do they sell lube?
It was like...
I mean,
that's what makes the burger so good.
Why would you call yourself Lubies if you don't sell lube?
Those burgers slide right down your throat.
It was like a cafeteria type place.
Yeah.
Oh, Lubies?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to change that name. I'm sorry, Luby.
Well, they're just going to go out of business instead.
No, I guess when you're a company called Lubies, Fuddruckers is a step up for a name, right?
2 days ago, Lubies is liquidating its assets and dissolving the company.
Well, I wonder why.
Well, of course you're going to liquidate your assets when you're called Lubies.
Yeah, because you're lubricating your assets, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. I never even heard of Lubies or Fuddruckers.
I've heard of Fuddruckers.
I've never been to a Fuddruckers.
Yeah, and I've never heard of Lubies. What are these? Are they all like New Mexico places, Danny? Is that why they suck?
Texas.
Is that why
mostly
they
Texas.
suck?
But they do have them in New Mexico. So
yeah, they have 77 locations in Texas.
Oh, I'm reading right there. It said we were doing really well until we opened up in New Mexico and were infected by the Dion's virus, and everything started tasting like crap.
So what's like the Lubies thing? What are they known for?
What are they known for? They're for the lubricated burgers that go down your throat. Thought we established this. They have a sign that says we are open, but not for long, Lubies.
It's like I don't know if you guys had like Fur's cafeteria, like Golden Corral, like that kind of thing.
Oh, it's a buffet kind of.
Yeah.
But you go order up there and.
From what I remember,
they got tilapia. I'm in on that.
Okay, it looks like they got the normal American cuisine, like macaroni and cheese and fried chicken.
They got the classic meatloaf, part of the manager special.
Oh, they got the potatoes with the gravy. Bless you, my son. They got veggies and more. Okay, what's beyond veg? They've already shown us the meat, the potatoes, and then they got the veggies. What's the more?
Jello.
They're fried okra.
Fried okra. That's still a vegetable,
so
Steve.
Good.
Well,
you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Marketing. They need a new marketer.
Ooh, look at their desserts, though, BJ.
Oh, see, that's the more.
Yeah.
There you go. Now I get what the more is. Oh, they even have a some more.
It's a strawberry shortcake.
Oh, wow. I've never heard of it. Wait. They're featuring, like, here's a great dessert. I mean, the strawberry shortcake is old school, isn't it?
Yeah, but look at that thing.
That's a pie.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I just assumed it looks like a strawberry shortcake.
Did you think that was a strawberry shortcake?
I don't know what that is.
That's a piece of friggin' pie. You don't know what
kind of pie is
strawberry shortcake's got the little sponge cake and the... Have you never had a strawberry shortcake?
Yes, of course I have.
Well, then why would you think a piece of pie looks like a strawberry shortcake?
I thought this was Luby's take on a strawberry shortcake.
Okay, I gotta quit the show.
Then what the hell is this?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna call it a strawberry shortcake because it's got Nilla wafers and it looks like some sort of s'more powder.
And what the hell is a chocolate icebox pie?
That's probably what you're looking at right there.
There's nothing chocolate in that.
Well, there's no icebox either. And my icebox, I mean, what are we back in the 50s? Who's calling anything an icebox?
The Luby's people are.
Yeah, maybe that's why they're not going to be around long. Again, the food looks great, but the marketing is horrible. I'm sorry, Luby's, but you need a new marketer. Well, you're going out of business, so you actually don't need a new marketer.
Someone says, I'm from Texas. Luby's sucked.
Well, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, the only opinion that counts about Luby's right there. All right, fine. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
The 2007 movie Are We Done Yet is a follow-up to which 2005 film?
Oh, I love that movie. Are We There Yet?
Wow, really?
Ice Cube.
Yes.
I do love that you are really like the savant with certain kind of movies.
Ice Cube's a great actor.
I didn't say he wasn't. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Makes. We'll do that at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.